Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
My mission is to protect
Your
lives.
team is banning.
Muscle of iron.
Your
Bones
team
of
is
steel.
banning.
No one can escape my iron
Your
fist.
team is banning.
Experience the
Your
euphony
team
of
is
suffering.
banning.
Sir, what's your command?
Your team is picking. Your team is picking.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague this world.
I am not the only one bound
Your
by
team
these
is picking.
chains.
I tolerate no invaders! Yeah!
Among the planes exists the
Your team
equilibrium,
is picking.
which I was made for.
Your
Payback
team is
time.
banning.
hear from the crowd. Make
Your
some noise
team
for
is
yours
banning.
truly.
I am vengeance
Your team is
incarnate.
Who said there are no shortcuts in
Your
life?
team
I
is
literally
banning.
invented one.
Well, it's my job
Your
to
team
protect
is
Javier.
picking.
Time and tide wait for no
Your
man,
team is picking.
nor girl.
Let's fight to our heart's content!
For honor!
Your team is picking.
The sweet adventure starts here.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
inside like the gold lane. So I was guessing we might be going there first, but okay. It is what it is. You do you guys, but at the same time, the mid lane is facing a little bit of skirmishes. Looks like Eve is having a bit of an issue. I feel like Eve is a good gatekeeping hero. She could have tried to put them. Oh, a good secret hammer coming in. Once again, Theo going in. Oh, the first blood coming in with Lucas. Lucas is definitely doing good once again. Hables okay. And the second kill also comes in. Eve gets a kill. Lucas gets a kill. The blue team is already on a roll. It's just 1 minute and 2 kills already. We can see 10 seconds left for the total to come in. Harbors still has yet to get a kill, but at the same time, they are definitely doing well. The gold team is getting a bit of a gank. Look at that. And Harris is also aware of his predicament right now. Beatrix with that runner trying to keep her distance. And Tigreal going in. Tigreal does have the flicker, but the Sacred Hammer onto the minions. Right, okay, Harith is here as well. The total is gonna be spawned pretty soon. Lucas giving out some vision, but oh, Crabbles are getting a kill onto Farsa. That is a roll completely. 3-0, the score is already. The turtle has finally spawned into the land of dawn, but we see a bit of a pressure coming in at the top lane, a good rotation, and Eve is already level 4. We can see that Tigreal also has his part of the lane. He's also trying to get onto level 4. It's kind of an uncontested total. Okay, Farsa taking out the position with wings by wings, but the total has already been secured by the blue team. There's a flicker secret hammer coming in, the implosion plays as well, but okay. Flora will be escaping. The Starfield has been deployed with the RWM coming in strong. No one is yet here because Eve is trying to maintain a lot of distance. But oh, the kill coming on to Hayabusa by CO. The scoreboard has been opened up for the red team as well. The double kill CO definitely taking this as a chance to get some kills registered for his team. He's going in strong inside the turret. Tigreal full low with a sliver of HP. Running away, the Infernal Pursuit runs strong onto E. Once again, we can see Hayabusa is back. Contesting for the blue buff. Hayabusa with the Ogi Shadow kill. Will he get a kill? Oh! Once again, we can see Seal with also a sliver of HP. Both the teams are definitely holding their grounds with the scoreboard at 3-2. The goal difference is not really much, but we can definitely feel the pressure. It is a tense game because both the teams know that they do not have what it takes to make more mistakes right now. Once again, Florin trying to recall, get that mana back. There will be a gank, preferably at the bot lane, because I do see Hayabusa at the clamor. He is there. Will Beatrix fall? No. Okay. He's trying to go there for the blue buff gang. Tigreal with a very good position. And oh, he just got himself a good secret hammer and an implosion play coming in with the real world manipulation. Farsa with a feathered airstrike onto the RW and getting a kill onto E. The Ogi Shadow kill has been used as defensive maneuver, but not getting a kill. No fatalities here. But the Bennett's Rage getting a kill onto Hayabusa, and one kill has been registered in for Beatrix. Beatrix has switched into Nibiru. The beast has been unleashed and so low, but the machine gun. Oh my goodness, Nibiru will be getting another kill. With 2 kills in her name, Beatrix is definitely having a lot of gold tended to her. Once again, we can see Farsa with a very nice positioning. The Infernal Pursuit has also been deployed. They are trying to keep them away. Another total has been taken in. With this, the total score has been tied 1-1 for both the teams. The scoreboard has a complete upset. It's a 180-degree, 3-0 to 3-5. Now it is to see what kind of synergy and what kind of gameplays will both the teams show us. Once again, we can see there's a gang brewing on at the bottom lane. Well, they managed to get a kill onto Beatrix because Beatrix is definitely doing well with the 2-0-0. Florin trying to recall, but will get caught by Hayabusa, but the second person getting the kill. Florence Bloom will also not be able to save her once again with an offensive flicker coming in from Farsa, but not enough damage because Harith will be running away once again. He did get the kill onto Florin though. Harith's book has been opened as well with a score of 1-0-0. At the same time, we can see there is some kind of trade-off going at the top lane because CO did a little bit of split pushing and the top lane has been pushed by him. And once again, I can see Eve trying to get the minions clear, but a little late, I believe. A very good positioning coming in. Phoveus trying to be the front line for his team. And we definitely know that Phoveus... Oh, so you're also going in. The Secret Hammer misses, but that was a good defense. Once again, we can see Phoveus going in. The Infernal Pursuit has been used. Implosion plays coming in. With the defensive flicker, Phoveus will be going back home. That is a good disengage, but Tigreel was already so low. The Beast has been unleashed. The Shock Reaver has been launched as well. Once again, we can see Harbors are trying to go in, but the Panic Spirit and the God Shadow is here, but the Shadow was not deployed yet. The total fight is going strong. The RWM Starfield has been deployed. The total okay here has been reset. Once again, the Vengeance has been popped up. Lucas is pretty low, but will he be surviving? Harbor does get a kill. This has made the fight 4 against 1. Once again, we can see a aggressive Secret Hammer coming in. Process Feather is fighting a lot of damage, maintaining a very good distance, but the Silent Force will be catching her off guard. She has been taken down already. Once again, we can see the tides are changing, the times are changing because once again, the shift of the game has been renewed anew once again. Beatrix trying to deal a lot of damage, keeping a lot of safe distance. But the trade-off is there. Once again, we can see that the middle turret and the top lane turret has been taken out by Harvester. I'm split pushing the roller coaster ride. This is definitely keeping me at the edge of my seat right now. But all the 3 totals have been contested for far. The goal difference is not really much, and oh, the damage coming in from CO, that's definitely a lot, but it was not a good decision because the Secret Hammer is here and he has been caught off guard. Bennett's Rage coming in, but Lucas is the one to fall. The Feather Day Strike doing so much damage. Once again, Taker has also been met a double kill coming in favor of Pass Out the Wings by Wings. She is flying. The sky is her territory, and she's definitely dealing a lot of damage. But look at that, the God Shadow and the Holy Shadow Girl have been deployed. Pass out with so low, but the Flask of Versus and the defensive level will be giving her some extra HP in the defense point. She will be surviving with a sliver of HP with the Zaman Force with a single vision, taking out Phoveus inside his Infernal Pursuit, and that is exactly what is really interesting about this match because it is a continuous roller coaster with ups and downs. With 30 seconds just left for the Lord to deploy into the Land of Dawn, we see both the teams are suffering heavy casualties. The scoreboard is just 9-8 right now. Once again, the bottom lane is facing some dilemma. Finally, once again, Harbors are getting the bottom lane turret as well. Now that's a lot of split push. Fast out with the Wings by Wings. Oh, the Feathered Airstrike. And that is a really good use of her ultimate to clear the lane. She is definitely doing a good amount of effort in order to clear the lane, defend her territory. But with that, guys, Lord has finally arrived into the Land of Dawn. We can see CO is here trying to get the scale. He's trying to understand what kind of enemies have been stationed and where. Phoveus is here as well, trying to provide some vision. The Bluebird fight is going on. Is Habits planning to steal it? No, of course not, because he does have to save that battery for the Lord. Once again, we can see the Rod is being prepped up. Habits is here. Turret is here. And the Lord is already at 25% of his HP. Will he be able to steal it? No. However, does get that Lord with a very good positioning of Tigreel. The concealed plays coming in, but oh, the Flicker Implosion Secret Hammer with the RWM Starfield, which has been deployed already. Beast going in, the Shock Wave. Oh, the damage is so good with another kill going to Hayabusa with the killing spree, but he has been shut down as well. Another killing spree for CO. Both the team hypers going in for the killing spree. Now that is a 1-for-1 trade, but for Hayabusa, was that a good trade? That is definitely something which we have to see because four of them are coming in for the offensive. They did lose the Lord, but they are going in strong. They are trying to kill the Lord in his tracks. Beatrix is here with the Bennett Bomber. Now that is a lot of damage with Bennett's rage onto minions, not the turtle. Okay, that was a very questionable move, but at the same time we can see Parrot with the Zaman Force getting the bottom lane turret. They are definitely trying to burst. They know that this objective is not enough to end the game, but this objective is surely enough to translate the victory into some other objective, that is the turrets. Once again, we can see a skirmish bring on the top lane. Oh, Tigreal was just melted down as if he were nothing. He has definitely a lot to think about next time before he dives into them. Once again, we can see the fight is going on strong near the bus. Even stationed there, but will she be okay? She is able to survive. Once again, with the Void Blast, the mobility boost is definitely helpful. We can see the river control is kind of at the red team right now, but at the same time, how long will it last? Because the scoreboard is tied at 10-10. This is definitely a neck-to-neck battle because both the teams are not giving any stud to the other team. Once again, the recalls coming in. Focus went back in order to defend. Now that's a good decision, I feel, because will the turrets survive? They definitely have to protect these turrets, or else it's going to be really hard for them to contest in for the Lords. We can see Tigreal is okay, the station there. Suyo going in strong. Tigreal with a safety hammer and the okay implosion, but he will be taken down inside his skills because Beatrix has that amount of damage. Once again, we can see Eve trying to maintain her distance and providing a lot of debuffs to the enemy team, but she is alone. She will have to fall back because two of her teammates have just suffered a huge casualty. Once again, CO coming in strong. He's doing a lot of damage, but Dogi Shadow Claw has been used. Harris also trying to disengage. Harith is here. I feel like Harith has a lot of items. The scoreboard of 402, he definitely has a lot of damage as well. There's like 5 seconds left for the Lord to respawn into the Land of Dawn. So this time, which team will it be who will secure the Lord? Because they definitely have to contest for it. We can see that the red team is already prepping for it. Habusa is picking up his positions. Lucas is here, Tigreal is here, everyone is here. This is gonna be an interesting battle because Eve is also stationed. Harriet is going in. Beatrix raising bomber. Oh, the damage killing spree coming in from Beatrix. Habusa has been taken down without the jungle. How are they going to manage it? The shockwave damage coming in from the RWM. Lucas is low. The shockwave dealing a lot of damage. Fasa has to fall back. This is definitely a mega kill. Seal diving in and making sure to kill off the heavily wounded beast. Now that was a 2-for-1 trade. That is definitely in favor of the red team right now. Beatrix starting up the Lord again, unaware of the fact that Harith is actually hiding there. Will Harith be able to kill off Beatrix? Will he be able to steal the Lord? Or will he be receiving help from his teammates? Eve is here. The white crystal has been popped. Harith is with the clone dash. Tigreal is here as well. Tigreal is being melted. Look at that damage coming in. The 7-4 has from the blood, but he will be taken down. Mega kill coming in from Beatrix. Beatrix definitely is on a roll right now. Once again, Tigreal is solo with a kill, but he will not be surviving because Phobius will be taking him down. Once again, Phobius swing onto the people. The Infernal Pursuit, but unstoppable coming in from Beatrix. Hayabusa has also been taken down. 3-for-1 trade this time once again. This is definitely not looking good for the blue team because red team not only got the Lord but also has a lot of dominance at this point of the match.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Once again, we can see the Lord will be marching down the paths, the lanes of the Sanctum Island, and he has chosen the mid lane. Will they be able to synchronize the lanes properly? Because this could be the end of the game. This is a 12 minutes enhanced Lord. Once again, we can see a battle being prepped up at the bottom lane because the tier 2 turret is still there
Blue
with
team
the
turret has
Renner
been
sniper.
destroyed.
Okay, Beatrix does get the lane. Now only the inhibitor turrets are left. Tigwell is here trying to draw the Lord away from the turret. The Lord does dash into the turret. The RWM has been popped up. The implosion blade is coming in. Tigwell is pretty low, but will he survive? Yes, he will survive with the silver of HP. The Lord has been taken down as well, but Carrot will be completely melted by Beatrix and that submachine gun named Remove. Once again, Nibiru shows us how much damage she has because the turret has also been taken out. Beatrix, a lot of fans coming in. She's really at the front line right now. But at the same time, we can see that Harris is trying in a bit of a split push. He is trying to force him back into the base because Phobius is there. He had to recall. He's there coming on to Harbosa, but Harbosa does have the superior mobility. He will be able to escape nevertheless. We can see that both the teams are taking slow right now, trying to clear the minions because there's like 70 seconds left for the next lot to spawn from now. And well, what can I say? Harrison might be trapped a bit. Will he be able to survive? Fasa is there. He might be able to take a kill on Fasa. Okay, Fasa trying to check that bush with the curse of crow, but she maybe he already knew the demonic force and infernal pursuit onto Habusa, but he does have superior mobility. Will he be able to take them down? Habusa with the Oki shadow kill, but he was still running away with the third shadow. Now that is exactly what that superior mobility is supposed to be used for. He's trying to keep a safe distance. No one is dead yet. Both the teams know there is an exchange, there is a war going on. They're trying to poke each other out, they're trying to harass each other, make them recall, but there is some time left before the Lord spawns, and that is exactly around 30 seconds left. Once again, we can see everyone is drawing in towards the middle line. They are here, they are joining each other because everyone wants to contest for this Lord. Soon it's gonna be 18 minutes. Will he be taking the 18 minutes evolved Lord, or is it just gonna be the 12-minute mark Lord? Because Lord is here and Tigreal has had his attack wave onto the Lord. He does get reset. So there's still time, 30 seconds left for the Lord to get evolved. But once again, Tigreal with the attack wave, they do not want the Lord to get evolved. The red team is already taking the Lord. They are unaware of the fact. I feel like we should have waited. But yes, the Lord has been secured by the red team right now. Oh, godlike coming in from Beatrix. Tigreal has been taken down as if he were nothing. Because this is exactly what we are talking about. A tank being melted as if it were nothing. The damage is definitely no joke because Beatrix is a marksman and she is fair. She definitely has all of her items right now with a Lord who's going to be marching down the mid lane soon enough. It was not an evolved Lord, just an enhanced Lord. But will they be able to finish this match right now? Now, this is all left to see. And we will be seeing it soon enough, guys. Don't worry because this is Miko Gaming and I will be reporting to you live whatever is happening in this match as I've been doing for the last 18 and a half minutes, guys. Oh my god. I just forgot to introduce myself. I just realized that. But well, it is what it is. You guys already know who I am. So yes, as you can see, the Lord is already here. The skirmish is going on. Oh, the feathered airstrike coming in far from a pretty wide distance. The Lord is going in strong, but where are the people? Because Beatrix is there. Ooh, the Ogi Shadow Kill coming in. The Lord of the Beast. The Vengeance has been popped up, and Lucas has been taken down as well. Beatrix with Bennett getting another kill. Legendary for Beatrix. Tigreal has been taken down. Walking with the freeze, that was a very brilliantly timed freeze with the fast versus. She will be surviving. One more person has been taken out. A complete wipeout and the breakage of the crystal. This guarantees a victory for the red team. Once again, we can see that was a good synergy, but a very rocky battle indeed. Both the teams were not giving any edge to each other. It was a roller coaster. I was at the edge of my seat. Eve with the MVP loss, very deserving, but well, it is gonna be the red team who moves on to the next round, and it is the end for the blue team for this round. But don't worry, guys, because we will be back with much more interesting matches after a short break.
I am more
Your
than
team
a
is
weapon.
banning.
Still waters run deep.
Your team is banning.
Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
Butterflies born by
Your
thy
team
wish,
is banning.
guided by lantern's light.
Sir, what's your command?
Your team is banning.
No one can escape my iron fist!
Your team is picking.
Only love and night
Your
are
team is
everlasting.
When you gaze into
The
the
Immortal One
stars,
chose
the
me to
stars
vanquish the
gaze
Your team
shadows
is
that
picking.
plague this world.
I am vengeance incarnate.
My mission is to protect
Your
lives.
team is picking.
Sometimes wisdom works
Your
better
team
than
is
brute
banning.
strength.
time to drop the beat of the
Your
flesh.
team is banning.
Let's fight to our heart's content!
Your team is banning.
Hayabusa, Sanjo!
Your team is banning.
So, who's next?
Your team is picking. Your team is picking.
May the blood of my enemies flow from my spear!
Gaze upon the edge
Your
of the
team
void.
is picking.
I am not the only one bound by these chains.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
Hello and welcome back, guys. This is the Oblivion Esports Mobile Legends tournament, and once again we are back with another interesting match. This is a match between the EV versus the 9. Now, Team EV and the 9. Let us see what kind of gameplay they are gonna show us, because we are definitely very excited for that. Once again, we can see Charles actually helping at the top lane, and it is going in strong. Oh my goodness, the concussive blast and the synchro vision. Moscow has been taken out right off the bat with one kill in favor of Harrod. This is definitely not looking good for Moscow in the long run. With this, we can see Alex is also here. He does understand the grievance of the situation. Selena at the mid, all those abyssal arrows running towards Sicilian. He definitely is feeling the pressure. A good rotation coming in from Phobius. Not much of a help, but once again, we can see Moscow might be feeling the pressure because Theo is there. Everyone is here. There's a gang going up because, okay, the trap placement is going wrong because Sanguine Clause is here. The Ring of Punishment and the Rejuvenate hasn't popped up.
That is a lot of damage there, Mako, and already the second blood being drawn, and there will be the third person getting down, so already a good start for the side of the red team.
Definitely. I just feel like both the teams are doing pretty good right now. Team EV, the 9, what are we expecting from them? Because right now, Team EV does have the upper hand with 3 kills, but is Team 9 just gonna give up like that? Because I'm pretty sure they will be putting in together some kind of strategy for a comeback.
They probably would, but right now you can see the pressure is already being built up on the other team, and Team 9, they are already having the edge. The first neutral objective is already up, and both the teams would want to gain the control around that river area. You can see the side of Team 9 starting it off. It's not the Team 9, it's Team Eve who are starting it off, but Team 9 are slowly trying to make their way, but there is a Chow with a G Kondo. The Sun did connect, but there is that flicker as well as the King's calling on to that hyper, but he will get taken down, and with that the side of Team 9 finally going for the reverse play, and there's a lot of damage being placed on the members of Team 9. Team EV, they are trying their best and they will get that trade off for their side, so the first turtle was secured by the side of Team EV though.
Yes, definitely, but look at that. Selena is trying to get the blue buff as well. Jeet Kundo, the health coming in from Cho, that is so admirable. They are also not only zoning them out, but also pressurizing them by denying the jungler farm. Nolan is definitely gonna have a bit of difficulty, scaling up his damage and his level because he is being pretty much choked right now. Once again, we can see the J-Way of the Dragon inside the turret. The turret actually executed Chow, but Moscow was taken down and Harith is getting the kill. Harith is definitely getting fed because he does have that killing spree onto his hand right now.
Hey, fortunately the kill did not fall in the hands of the Moscow, so it was execute, and I think that is a good denial coming to the side of Team 9, because Team EV, they will have a better time farming up. They just given away 1 kill, at least in the first 4 minutes of the game, and they have 7 kills onto their side, and that have given them the goal advantage. So far the stun, the Abyssal Arrow actually connecting onto the member, but they will not go in for that play yet. And I think both the side would want to just take it slow, wait for the next neutral objective to come online, because there is no need to fight unless they get a pick off.
Definitely, because even if the Abyssal Arrow does connect, I don't think you would want to dive into a high loss. But look at that, the Way of the Dragon with, oh my god, that is such a good combo, and Sicilian was just taken out like that. Way of the Dragon does stun onto the enemy, and then Selena with Abyssal Arrow because she doesn't even have to aim, and then she can just bite you off with that Garrot because she has so much damage after the recent revamps.
Absolutely, and despite facing a Selena Cho, they are not going in with the Purify in this game. But again, there's another engage near the purple buff. You can see a lot of damage being placed on the member of Team 9, but there's a clapback coming on, respecting a lot of damage. Should be careful. Will be backing out, but it was just a distraction for the side of Team EV to take down the turtle. But onto the top lane, you can see the 1v1 being won by Hoon on the goal lane, so they will get more advantage when it comes to that, scaling of that goal lane hero.
Definitely, but on the other hand, did you see at the mid lane that Sicilian was hit by that Abyssal Arrow as well as a trap? Selena went in with the garage. She did try to kill him. Even Sio went there, but as soon as he regained consciousness back from the stun, he was there with the Bat Feast, and the amount of regen from his Bat Feast, that was unbelievable because it's not like he had the full HP, but he did survive the assault coming in. Once again, Chow going in too deep. Oh my goodness, the Way of the Dragon was used, but once again the Bat Feast that is there to save the day because Sicilian is escaping with his life every time. He does have a 0-2-2 scoreboard, but still, twice I saw him escape death very, very narrowly.
Hey, you gotta give the score for that show to put in the effort, but the effort will not count if you cannot get that execution done well. And right now, Team 9, they are just getting away by thin hair. You can see another stun coming in, but it won't connect onto the Sicilian. The Sicilian needs really time, to get the scaling done. But again, the purple buff is being the next point of contest. You can see that the Nolan already starting it off, and there's a stun connecting onto that Hylos. But there's the way of the dragon onto the Hylos, but he reuses that revitalize. A lot of sustain coming in, but the damage would be enough from Lana to take him down. The Selena needs to be careful, but there is the Shuyo going in onto that Nolan. Needs to be careful. Already missed his blue buff. Will not have enough sustain to just get the damage, but the stun connects, and there is that shutdown coming in, although the SOD connects, but the Moscow won't go in.
And that's a good decision though. Moscow's SOD revealing a lot of heroes, and Moscow's gonna be like, if I go in now, I'm not coming back out. So yes, that was definitely a good decision, good call from him. At the same time, I see a lot of HP has already been drained from the top tier 2 turret. So this time, I think he will be successful in taking it out. But once again, I just feel like all the objectives, the neutral parts, the turrets, and the kill as well, because Vincent just got taken down. Once again, the turret will also be taken down soon enough. So the pressure, the river control, actually not just the river control, the complete jungle control is in the hands of Team Red right now.
Absolutely, they are doing so well, and with that, they have already accumulated a goal lead of 9k, and it's just gonna increase at the side of Team 9 to not get their items locked in soon, because the time is ticking really fast for them. They need to just stall it out, wait for the late game to get more damage onto their heroes. They have a Moskov, they have a Sicilian who can really scale well into that late game, but the side of Team Eevee, they are again going in, the stun connecting, and there is that engage from their side, and there is the shutdown coming in. The King's falling already. They're stunning two members and also giving so much damage. They cannot use the dash, and the Phobius will also fall, and double kill will be secured, but they are coming back. Team Eevee, they are going in aggressive onto the members. 2 damage, 2% already getting taken down, and there will be respect taken down. The Moscow really making a play, but he is caught in the midst of it all. Harith with the triple kill, but also will get taken down, and Moscow finally getting a second kill, but that is the trade-off for both the sides.
Definitely. Now, that was a bit of a risky bet coming in, because they did get a lot of kills, a lot of wipeouts, but will they be able to sustain it? Because that was good just because the Lord was not spawned yet. But if it were the case when the Lord was there, this could have been a very questionable move. Once again, we see Nolan does get the blue bar. The Lord is going to be spawned in like 10 seconds, so we'll have to see which team plays out well. Oh, the Abyssal Arrow does connect, look at that.
Yes, it does connect, and there's another engage coming in. Shadow will get that kill onto that Sicilian, finally getting taken down after a long hassle. But again, the pressure will be on the side of Team 9 because the Lord is already up. And again, another engage. There is Zhao going in, does not have the G Kundo onto him, so he won't go in for the kick yet. However, the pressure is already there. But again, another 1v1 will be won by the Harith onto the goal in, sitting at a score of 8-1-1, really having a great time. And right now, you can see the side of Team Eevee will be working on that Lord here, Meko.
Yes, definitely. And okay, they also got the Lord already. So this is gonna be problematic, because although it's not like evolved or advanced Lord either, it's just elemental Lord. But the bottom lane, look at that, what's going on?
Hey, there was another engage, the stun connecting, but it was just backfire because they were just too aggressive and they got punishment. You can see the scaling surely coming in from the side of Team 9, and they're just trying to hold on for a bit longer. And right now it is a 4v5 situation. The Lord, although marching from the top lane, could be cleared out pretty easily. However, I think if the side of Team Eevee, they want to go in, it could be a bad news.
Yes, definitely. But the Lords here, I don't think they will be trying, like, even letting him near the turrets right now. So the elevated turrets are completely safe. Both the teams have disengaged, and they are trying to take it slow because they don't want to give anyone else kills right now.
Yes, they should not give away any more kills, but again, the Zhao won't be stopping. He is going in with the G Kundo, but does not commit that way of the dragon yet. You can see a lot of damage onto that Selena. Right now, forced to flicker out, almost getting taken down, but that was too close for comfort. But again, You can see the map being pressured. Again, there's the Phobius trying to go in. It was not the Phobius, it was the Shuyu who wanted to go in, but he could not sustain the damage. But there is the damage from the Harith already scaling, but there's a stun coming in onto the Harith by the King's Calling. So much damage, and he will get taken down. So that is a shutdown coming to the side of Team 9. Finally, some rays of hope. If they can get more shutdowns like this, there is the, chance that they can come back into this game.
Yes, there is looking like there's a glimmer of hope right now. But oh, look at that. The Abyssal Arrow again connecting onto Moscow. And he's already half HP. But look ahead. The fight is continuous.
Yeah, the Chow did go for the way of the dragon, but it did not work in their favor. They should not take a disadvantageous engage. They did not have the Harith, so damage was really not enough to take anybody down. However, that kind of overcommitment can be really punishable in the late game because the scaling is already there from the heroes. Although they are like not too much high on the EXP, but they definitely have the damage right now. We are slowly moving to that mid to late game where these heroes will be getting that damage necessary to take anybody down. The heroes like Selena will be falling off soon because that early game where they can really dominate will slowly come to an end. And so far, we can see the next Lord, which will be an enhanced Lord, will be spawning in about 23 seconds. So I think the side of Team Eevee, they want to take this Lord to look for a quick end because this is a race against time here, Mako.
Definitely. I just feel like what you said is completely true because I see Selena connecting a lot of abyssal arrows, but she's not dive in anymore because her dive in potential has been completely nipped at the bud right now. Also, Moscow and Sicilian will be reaching out their full potentials very soon, as you just mentioned. I just feel like a good Spear of Glory could actually, completely change the way of this game, but that SOD does connect.
It did connect, but he did not want to go in here, Miko. I think there is a Sanguine Claws connecting onto the Chow, taking in a lot of damage. Should be careful because if he gets taken down, it will be a bad news because right now the game is really a matter of time. And again, you can see the stun connecting. The Way of the Dragon was committed, but there is that damage from the side of Team 9, and there's already 2 members taken down from the side of Team Eevee, and they will lose 1. Team 9 are trying to look for a comeback in this game, but it is still a bit too early. They are trying to overcome it at this point. They need to be careful. They do not have the vision onto that Phobius, and that can be a very detrimental move. They don't have their Moscow, and they have a lot to clear out from the top lane.
Yes, definitely. But the Lord is already marching down from the top lane right now. Will they be able to defend it? Because he does have the charge attack right now. So if he reaches the inhibitor turret, that is not going to be good for Team 9 right now.
Hey, Meko, I just noticed, the Moscow is going for the classic build. That is the crit build in this game. So he doesn't even have a shoe. So I think this is going to be a really high damage. It's not going to be really fast, but the damage is going to be really, really hitting hard the members of Team Eevee. And they need to be careful because if they don't mark the Moscow, that can really be bad. So far, the Sicilian is doing really well. Already has 4 items locked in. I think he might have enough stacks soon to just take down anybody he wants to. So I feel like at this point, the Selena's late game, the early game potential has dropped, but they need to put their bets onto that Harith who can actually just carry them. And the Phobius is also there to counter that Moscow, but it's just, how much can he sustain? Because if they are not taking a good fight in, they can just get wiped out, and getting wiped out at this point can really lead to that game over.
Definitely. Now we are seeing a lot of damage coming in, and the upside of the game balance. There is still a kind of 5.5k gold difference right now. So maybe we will be seeing a comeback. But you do realize that, look at that, the map. All of the turrets for the Team Eevee are still intact. They have yet to push even one turret. While Moscow does have a lot of potential in pushing turrets, even Minceter, but they will need kind of a wipeout for that. Now, if they actually manage a wipeout, there could be a lot of miracles in this game. But do you think that can happen? Because there's just 30 seconds left for the Lord to respawn into the Land of Dawn.
Hey, the Moscow could go for a split push at this point because Moscow is really good at that. However, this time around, he's playing really safe. He's just waiting it out for that perfect opportunity when he can go in and dish in those damage. But I think if he's just too safe. It's not going to end well because this Lord will be hitting hard. However, this is not going to be an evolved Lord. It can be defendable because they have a good wave clear with the Sicilian, with the Moscow, and even the front line is pretty fine. However, the pick-off potential is really high from the other team, so they really need to put their bet onto that, potential defense that they're trying to play with right now, because the Lord is already up and the side of Team Eevee, they are walking on it and they're really bursting it down fast.
Definitely, I just feel like Nolan is a little underperforming right now because the enemy does not have really a good disengage coming in because of, Selena and Zio, Herod, they don't are not exactly disengage type heroes. But then again, you have to attribute everything back to Chao, who was actually, harassing him in the early game, denying him a lot of farm. So that is exactly what shaped the late game like this. And right now, they're just too scared to go in at all. I can just see the abyssal arrows flying in all around the map, and once again, the trap, revealing locations, marking enemies. I just feel like Selena should have gone for the support build right now with the glowing wand or some other items so that she could have been more helpful at this point. She is having a lot of damage, but I don't think she will be able to dive in anytime soon.
It can be a really bad news if she tries to dive in and just get taken down. But again, you can see onto the bot lane, that distraction really working well. They are completely not focusing on the Lord. The base is already open from the side of the top lane, and they need to work it out. They got a shutdown onto the Cho, but they actually defended it pretty well. The stun does connect onto the Moscow, but nothing will happening much more than that because they are still wary of the fact that if they go in, they can just get bursted down. So that was Lord defense, a successful Lord defense at this point. So I think they got whatever the time they needed at this point. It's just gonna be how well they can get a pick off for the potential counter engage.
Definitely. I just feel like Team Eevee is playing it really safe right now because Selena just landed a episode arrow and trap onto Moscow, and Moscow was actually alone, but that's not something Selena knew about. So she just decided not to dive in because if she dived in, she would have taken out Moscow right there. And it would have been a lot easier for the game to finish. Oh, look at that. Once again, but she is definitely not confident in ongoing and
They're definitely not confident at this point. The Sicilian already has a 308 stack, so he's pretty good. He's pretty good to give the damage, but again, on the stun connecting onto that Moskov, he's taking in a lot of damage, but there's the, can see that Shuyo trying to go in will get bursted down by the damage of Team 9, and again there's a Chow will be falling. The Glorious Pathway slowing the members down. The King's Calling used, but there is nobody inside of that, so that is another wasted resource. 2 big ultimates already used. Make it actually 4 because they have all used their ultimates for that one team fight. However, they are still hesitant to go in despite having the number advantage.
Yeah, I feel like it's right now a 5v3. They should definitely try to force their way in, take down some turrets. Maybe Moscow can go somewhere else. It could be a 4v3 and Moscow with the split push. But they are trying to stay together all the time. And okay, Moscow is trying to go alone, but that's what I was saying. Their decisions are a bit very, very well thought, and as much as you think, that much you'll hesitate. Finally, one turret has been taken down with a duo combo coming in with Moscow and Mansuda. But the Lord has spawned into the land of Dawn. We can see that CEO is already trying to take the Lord.
Oh. But you can see there's SOD connecting the Moscow going in. Actually, there's the clapback coming in. Shuyo taking a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. He cannot get taken down if they want to contest for this Lord. But there's Cecilion being so aggressive, trying to connect the bad impact, but will not find the right members. And Team 9 finally making that play, trying to get this Lord, and they will be able to do so. And the side of Team Eevee, they're trying to find a window, but they are unable to do so. They are just forced to back out with the low HP bars. And at this point, Team 9, they finally got that window they were looking for. But the Chow trying to go in. There's a King's Calling, and Wave the Dragon will not go to the right direction, so the Chow will get taken down by the damage of Team 9's Moscow. And right now the Glorious Pathway is put forward, but they will not have the minions to go in, so they are just trying to play it a bit safer. Another stun connects, but there is no follow-up yet. The Lord is marching down the bot lane. So will Team Eevee will be able to defend this or not is the question, and you can see another stun there, Miko connecting.
Definitely, but that's what the stuns cannot be. Oh my god, once again. Oh! The flicker play coming in. But Moscow did have that immortality, so he will be surviving. like the way Moscow decided to go in for the crit build because the enemy does not really have too much of HP. And I just feel like
Mhm.
Moscow is a hero, like, Moscow, Hanabi, Mia, these are heroes who can, like, do well with both types of builds, like, whether it is a crit build or it is a Holy Trinity. Once again, I just saw Moscow get stunned, like, 5 times,
Oh,
and okay, he just got taken down. Oh my god. This
oh,
is the
look.
caster's curse.
Absolutely, but look at the Portland. There is that, unfortunate event for the side of Team EV. They lost 4 members, and Selena all by herself will not be felt able to defend because the side of Team 9 finally locking in that base and will get that game over. With just one lot push, they were able to get that game over.
Victory!
Mako, did they wait for too long? Team Eve just lost their entire momentum in just
Yes.
one go.
Completely, but look at that. Selena does have the highest damage. That is a bit of an underperformance coming in from CO and Phobius, I feel. But at the same time, Sicilian very deserving with that MVP. And a lot of, like, this is exactly what they say, that comebacks are real, very real. Because you just wait it out, you plan your moves, and you are cautious. Because once you get your move and when you get the chance, you can just push through and end it in a one fell sweep. That is exactly what happened with around 21 and a half minutes into the game. Team 9 did secure the victory. But guys, don't worry because we will be back after a short break with much more interesting matches.
Sir, what's your command?
Your team is banning.
Hayabusa, Sanjo.
Your team is banning.
Experience the euphony
Your
of
team is
suffering.
banning.
Butterfly is born by
Your
thy
team
wish,
is banning.
guided by lantern's light. Time to drop the beat of the
Your
flash.
team is banning.
No one can escape my iron fists!
Your team is picking.
Let's hear from the crowd.
Your
Make some
team
noise
is
for
picking.
yours truly.
Only love and night are everlasting.
My mission is to protect
Your
lives.
team is picking.
Muscle of iron, bones of steel.
The past is but ashes in the wind.
Your team
Now there
is
is only
picking.
war.
Ready, go!
Your team is banning.
Still waters run deep.
Your team is banning.
Let's fight to our heart's content!
Your team is banning.
The Immortal One chose me to
Your
vanquish the
team is
shadows
banning.
that plague this world.
Always on the way.
Your team is picking.
I am the priestess of primal
Your
lightning,
team is picking.
the hunter of all the evil gods. Popple and Koopa are the best partners in the world!
Payback time.
Your team is picking.
Onimusha has no equal!
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Hello and welcome back, guys. This is the Oblivion Esports Mobile Legends tournament. And once again, we back with another exciting match. Both the teams are starting off at the red bars. Looks like this is gonna be a very different rotation because I think the red team might be trying to help out Leela at the early, but then again, the blue team might be going on to help CC against an Edith. That is kind of questionable. But we are looking at a Popol Koopa Hyper versus a utility Hypering Alpha. Now this is definitely going to be exciting. I do wonder whom are you supporting because guys, do let us know what do you think about these draws. What do you think about the players? Whom are you supporting? And anything in general. Then we can see that both the teams are taking other positions for the gangs. Farsa is there already. Looks like Edith is in a little bit of trouble because of core energy impact getting the stun. And oh, the yo-yo floods, and finally the first blood has been taken and Purple getting the kill. Edith was taken down. Seems like Layla also is getting a bit of a help, but oh, she was taken down. The Spear of her found before being taken down, Carrie as well. But before going down, Carrie at least took Layla down. But at the same time, Layla did get the assist, but oh, Purple Cooper and everyone else managed to take out the turret as well. It's not even 2 minutes. All the gold as well as the turret. And that is a major upset. Purple gets another kill, taking out Alpha as well. Once again, double kill going to Popol and Koopa onto high lows. That is 3 kills in his name already amongst a little bit more than 2 minutes. Getting a killing spree, they are trying to prep up the turtle already. The turtle as well as the red buff. Everything is going in for denial for Alpha. No, Alpha will be getting the red buff, but Popol will be taking in that turtle. Once again, it is trying to go back to her lane, but on the other hand, Leela will be taken out. A very good radiation coming in from Farsa, carries damage. All those combined together, Leela will not be surviving. Once again, we can see the turret is looking pretty damn distressed. Sicilian is here with a bad space but will not be able to defend the turret. Once again, another turret has fallen not even 3 minutes into the game. Got the catcher going in with the avatar of Guardian. He is pretty low once again. We can see Alpha coming in with the spear, but he will be taken down. Parasite dealing so much damage. That's a 1-for-2 trade. Too fast for you. Got the catcher will be dying, but not before making sure that 2 of the enemies have been taken down. Once again, we can see Carrie is there at the middle lane. Will she be able to take out the turret because they are definitely playing objective. They are focusing so much that tier 2 turret as the bottom lane has been taken out already. Alpha is here, but if he's not trying to defend, okay, they are here. The skirmish is here. The spear of Alpha has connected. The glorious pathway has been used as well. The yo-yo blitz have a good call, but will there be any damage? The dog Alpha Wolfram. They are angry, and the angriness is definitely showing because there's a double kill coming out of Popol and Koopa right now. Leela's destruction was just to clear the minions, but that is not enough because they don't have the damage, they don't have the goal right now. With the scoreboard at 11-2, this is definitely a one-sided massacre. Once again, the buff is also being kind of denied. Got a kata with that Earth Shadow onto him, but it will be taken out. The AOG has been used inside the turret. Oh, the Sanguine Claws, but oh, Carrie escaping with a defensive flicker. That was another good move. She will be living on for another day. Once again, Alpha with the defensive spear. He will be retreating back. And oh, the damage, the offense, the aggression coming in from CC. They've already managed to take out one of the inhibitor turrets. And it's not even 5 minutes into the game. Well, the total is here, but they seem to be uninterested into the total. I feel like they could split push and get a turret onto the top lane maybe. But let's see what they are planning because all of them are here. They are kind of trying. Oh, the glorious pathway has been used. Sam Claw. Oh, Spear of Alpha does connect. The curtain call has been used. Another kill and the turret. Carrie manages to melt down Hylos, a godlike coming in from Purple Cooper onto Edith as well as the turret who has suffered a heavy blow. With one inhibitor turret gone, another exposed. This is definitely not looking good for the red team right now. The vengeance has been popped off. Now CC is pretty low. She is kind of going back. That is a good decision. They are not trying to give any kills free for the enemy team. They are not giving any bounties to the enemies either. And with this, looks like they will be taking in the total. This is just the second total, and yes, the second total has been significantly taken in by Purple Koopa right now. Once again, we are here at the turrets. Let's see, there's a recall spam going on from Layla, but I don't think you are in any position to do that. The AOTG onto the turret. Oh my god, the onward loop and the Earth Shadow connecting onto that together. He will be losing his life with Fast on the other hand. Will be taking a kill as well with Sicilian out of the picture. Now that's a lot of lane clearing that they messing over the light wheel. The speed of light wheel getting the kill onto Layla. Farsa with the kill onto Hylos. They will definitely not be able to defend, and CC with the last yo-yo blitz getting a kill, a blast onto the crystal of the base. That was a swift victory war. The sleep tight lineup because they definitely sent their enemies to a tight sleep right now. But guys, don't worry because we will be back with much more interesting matches right after a short break.